So all this while, you did not know that the copy of your funnel and your website is the abido shaker of your conversion game. That is to say that it is what will convert your leads to paying clients. Chai. But yeah, that's why I'm here. Let's fix this problem. We'll talk about the basic elements of your copy. The first thing we'll talk about is your offer. Yes, so your offer is usually in your hero section, that first place that people will see when they click on your link to your website or your funnel. What are they seeing there? How should your offer look like? Basically, offer should be straight and direct to the point, and it should have numerical values, statistical values, because that's what people actually look out for. You cannot just come and say one broad thing like, okay, for example, okay, from the dome of my head, rejuvenate your prime back or bring the prime back. That doesn't sell. But what you could say is, are you 45, feel 35, look 25? You get that there are statistics, there are figures backing that offer. So that is much more, appealing to the eye. Some people actually use VSLs. Yeah, but in this part of the country, people are trying to save data and stuff like that. People are impatient, so VSLs might not be that effective. But VSLs are video sales letters. So rather than you just write your offer, you do a video, yeah, explaining what your product does, who it helps, and all those things. That's what they call UGC, user generated content. People usually gravitate towards that when they see the people behind the brand explaining it, telling us their story, telling us everything about the entire benefits that they stand to get. Then after talking about your offer, that's the hero section. Yeah. Then the next thing that follows is the problem. What problem are you addressing? Are you addressing is it a health problem? Is it a relationship problem? Is it a sporting problem? Is it a PR problem? What problem are you addressing? After talking about the problem, you talk about your solution. What solution are you? How does your solution address this problem? I'm not just talking about your own solution, but the experience that people would get. Because if you just talk about features and talk about what your solution can do, and just the features of your solution, people don't gravitate towards that. They want to see how it will make them feel, like the benefits. You understand the benefits of your solution. People want to see that, and one of the best ways of presenting that on your sales funnel or your website is through listicles. So listicles are just like bullet points, because usually people are just perusing. Nobody usually has that luxury of time to go word for word on every copy, so it's better is you present them in form of listicles. You also have to consider is your comparative advantage. Yeah, why should people go with yours and not what is conventional or what is traditional in the markets? You also have to consider that you have to present it. Why should they go with you? What do you offer that others don't offer, and why it works for the problem that you're trying to solve rather. Yeah. Then I think another one that you should also look out for is the testimonials. Yeah, your testimonials. This is what gives your product credibility. Why should I trust you? Because in the online space, what is the biggest problem that businesses are trying to solve? It's not the problems that maybe their products are solving. No, it's the trust issue. How can I trust you? And one of the quick ways I will tell you to build trust, like better than every other person, is through Google reviews. You know why? Because anybody can go and form a chat or a WhatsApp or doctor any picture, maybe a review from a fake client. People are getting wiser these days. So I would advise, get your Google reviews. I think there's a widget called Elf Sites. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description below so that you could use that widget to present your Google reviews rather than just cut and paste, and it's in a widget, so it's more appreciated and it's more believable, if I can put it that way. Then your call to actions, definitely, your CTAs, those buttons. What do you want people to do? The reason why funnels have much more conversion power over websites is because funnels just usually, if you structure it well, your call to action button should be the same everywhere. You're trying to get people to do something. It has to book an appointment, it has to buy a product, it has to whatever you want them to do, that call to action is. But a website, there are many things that distract them, from the nav bar to the many things. So funnels are much more powerful in conversion. Yeah. Before I leave, there's this argument. Okay, what should be the length of my copy? So you go to some people's funnels, you see the epistle that they've written from beginning to end. Some people's funnels are short, just straight to the point. So, which is much more converting? This is just my own opinion. Yeah, I think it depends on the audience you're trying to reach. Yeah, some people, like if it's an older audience, they take their time. An older intellectual audience, they take their time to read through, for instance, a law firm, you can't just slap anything there on your phone or your website and expect conversion. You have to be very, very detailed. Yeah, but if it's maybe supplements or maybe fitness, brand that you're trying to do, people usually peruse. They're just looking for, so they're trying to look at what they stand to benefit, the listicles, as I explained earlier. So the text that you're using too, it should be bold, especially when you're doing those listicles. It should be visible. It should be outstanding. People should be able to see it clearly, because actually they're just perusing. You understand? So for the length of your copy on your funnel or your website, what I would advise is you should be aware of the kind of audience you're reaching out to. One, and you should also be aware that most people use mobile phones to view. So maybe when you're designing it and you check the desktop view, the desktop view might look okay, it's not too lengthy, but when you go to the mobile view, it might be too lengthy. So you must consider all these things when you're designing your funnel. I hope this helps. Reach out to me if you have any issues. I'm here and I've got your back. Cheers.